Hi, my name is Marian Jantia. Welcome to my vlog. Um, Today, why is it always so hard for me to get it all started? Not sure. But anyway, today, uh, contemplating long term, don't know why I thought about it now, but using some sort of like Bitcoin authentication and security for the whole system. That might be hard, but important and probably doable. Excuse me, I got yawn. Sorry, getting really tired. Anyway, so one thing is using crypto security, specifically something with blockchain for authentication in the system I'm building. And the other thing is, I've realized I need to separate and work on two different things at once. I need to start programming the system, and I need to start designing and building the prototype as well. I need to do both at the same time. So, yeah, I guess the first thing I'll need to do is just look into that, see what I need to do to what would be like ideal software to make this into, I guess, an app. You know what? Some of the stuff might be easy. Yeah, some of the features I want to do, including a website. Okay, I just have to do it. Oh my gosh. Just realized that if I do, it's gonna just boost my morale and get me all excited. So that's a plus, always a plus. Okay, so I need to work on the programming, and I need to find the parts and order the parts and start designing some sort of prototype. So how do I begin? I don't know what it is. Like, I know what I need to do. I know what I want to do. But I don't know how to follow through, if that makes any sense to anyone. It's been my struggle forever. It's like, you know what the right thing is, but will you actually do it is basically the dilemma. I'll have to figure that out. In other news, so today, I think the 10K report from Tesla was released. What's today? I think February 8th or whatever. Whenever this video posts, that's the day. I think, depending on what time I post it. It should be right before midnight. Anyway, Tesla bought around $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin. And it got me thinking. So I was at the beginning of Bitcoin when it was first on Reddit, and I kind of understood it, kind of didn't back then. There weren't really any wallets, or I didn't know how to access a wallet, so I kind of just gave up on it and moved on, especially because of the volatility. I remember there was some sort of like stock market of sorts on Bitcoin on online and on Reddit specifically. There were comments about it, and you would see people dealing in the day-to-day trading and volatility of Bitcoin. And it was just, it had so many highs and so many lows. It was just chaotic and stressful in the beginning. And so I think that kind of deterred me away from dealing with it. I remember when there were only 2 stores in all of the Houston area region. I think one of them was a flower shop and another one some other random small shop that accepted Bitcoin, which is kind of revolutionary. And now I've seen ATMs here and there that actually accept Bitcoin. So in many ways, I feel like I've missed out on this opportunity, but at the same time, there's still so much potential in it, I guess. So one realization I had today, which is quite significant, I think, it's pretty cool. It's more philosophical economics than anything else, or anecdotal, I guess, I don't know. But throughout civilization, we've used units of measurements of different commodities, such as gold, to define and value our currency. So we've used gold, we've used salt, and actually salary comes from the word salt during the Roman Empire, because they would actually pay them in salt. And so what else did we have? We had probably silk might have been one for some extent. So it's not a full-on commodity, it's a byproduct of it. There was, what's the other thing? Spices like pepper, allspice, nutmeg, that was commoditized. Tulips in some regions of the world, like Netherlands specifically, was used that as a commodity for a little bit. Sugar was used as a commodity. I'm sure opium was used as a commodity. There was also, what else? I'm drawing a blank right now. All right, so we'll skip some of those, but besides sugar, there was whale oil. Oh, there was coal, whale oil. There was, and now currently it's crude oil. Crude oil is weighted on the dollar, and of course our entire economy it's not just based on the value of crude oil. Of course, there are so many more intricate and complicated factors involved. I mean, some is weighted on gold still and other precious metals. There's wheat, rice, hogs even, there's so many different commodities. Government bonds, it's not a commodity, but just different things that governments use to create funds for themselves, I guess. And so I've thought about it, I think maybe for a year or two, like what's the next thing after crude oil? Because like before that there was gold, salt, like I said, whale oil, there was coal powered for like maybe 2 centuries, all of civilization, most of civilization, parts of civilization, whatever. Spices, all these things had at one time or another promoted and helped societies grow. So the most recent one that our whole civilization was based off of was crude oil. Crude oil is, it helps with so many things. There's pharmaceuticals, Anyway, there are plastics. There are transportation fuels. They create power, electricity for our homes, our businesses, our air conditioners, our heaters. So crude oil is very important to our civilization at the moment. I've wondered, what is the next big thing? And after today's announcement of Tesla purchasing Bitcoin, I realized that the next thing is actually Bitcoin. But not Bitcoin specifically. It's more like what Bitcoin is made out of, or what it needs to be created out of. And that is electricity. So we've gone from the fuel source to the actual, I guess, let's just call it a fire, So crude oil creates electricity. Nuclear power creates electricity. Solar panels create electricity. Wind turbines create electricity. Wave power creates electricity. So all these things create electricity, and without electricity, we don't have the phones that I'm recording on. We don't have the lights that are shining on us at night. We don't have, in the near future, electric cars run on electricity. Transportation will run on electricity. Warehouses and homes have solar panels on them, batteries, all sorts of stuff to power themselves. And no, crude oil is not going to go away, because we need it for so many other applications besides running internal combustion engines or airplanes or boats or something. There's so much more to it. But I realized that the next thing after crude oil is electricity. So Bitcoin uses processors, specifically gaming ones, to run calculations and create new bits. And so this is like a terrible explanation, but basically that's kind of what it does. And so you put a whole bunch of microchips, servers, processors together, huge farms, and farms. What am I saying? Farms. Mining farms, or anyway. So you create these huge servers that run and create a lot of heat, but they also need a lot of processing power, like electricity, to calculate and make these computations and create new Bitcoins. And they'll need more and more electricity in the future to create more and more Bitcoins. And so I realized that it's a new asset class, and that Bitcoin is necessary and important. Specifically, electricity is necessary and important as the newest unit of commodity. And I believe that electricity will be the next commodity past crude oil, surpassing crude oil. The other thing is things like Bitcoin, because governments are printing more money, and there's going to be more inflation on actual cash, on actual paper money. It's going to be worth less, not worthless. It'll be worth a lot, but less. And so all of that will basically the value of actual paper money will decrease. It'll be worth less because governments are printing money to help mostly businesses, hardly individuals like you and me, overcome the COVID pandemic, And so I believe that actually it'll be a good asset allocation, kind of like gold is a different kind of asset besides dollars and other paper monies out there. And so Bitcoin in that context would be a lot more stable, even though it's extremely volatile. Risk-wise, I don't think Bitcoin would collapse, but it's quite resilient in that aspect. But volatility, yeah, sure, it'll go up and down all the time, and that's fine. That's different. So yeah, I've realized that electricity will be the newest commodity after fossil fuels. Specifically crude oil barrel. I think it's a barrel of oil is like what, 55 gallons of crude. And of course, like I said, it's not the only thing. There are so many other commodities out there, but the newest one and the most dominant one in our near future for the next, I don't know, however long, will be electricity. So that was kind of cool, that realization that I've come up with. So yeah, that was heard here first ever. They'll write about this in books, you'll see. Okay, my name is Marian Ajantia, signing off. Good night.